When you've added all of the images and items to the classroom to create the visual look that you're happy with, the next thing to consider is how are you going to add videos or hyperlinks to lessons and activities that you want for your students to have access to. I often will use YouTube. It does have a lot of really great educational resources. However, a few tips and tricks that I have for you are being mindful of the ads that might pop up, as well as considering where a student may go if you link them to a YouTube video next. To avoid that, I am going to show you how I insert a video directly into the Google slide. So Art for Kids Hub is a really great one. I'm going to copy the link that has been set up in the browser. And what I do inside the Google Classroom that I'm creating is I insert a video. And it shows you up here that you can do it through YouTube, which is really great. If you're using a different website, you can just copy and paste the URL. This doesn't always work, but it is an option for you to try. Or if you create a video that you want to share, use your Google Drive. Once you've put in the link, it shows up just like this, and I click select so that it creates the video within the classroom. I tend to put them onto my whiteboard if I'm doing just one video, and I just resize it and set it up that way. So that is one way that I avoid students going through multiple videos if I only am trying for them to see one. The next option that I use videos for is under YouTube for read alouds. If I don't get the chance to create the read aloud myself, I do like to use read alouds from books or from YouTube. As you can see, I've put the image of the book and I have put down the information at the bottom for the cover art. The next thing I will have to include is the video link and credits for where I get the video from YouTube, but I'm going to show you how I hyperlink for videos. Again, if I'm going to just copy the link out of YouTube, once this video is done, I don't know what video is going to play next for my students. So a website that I really recommend is you use is video.link. It allows for you to generate a safe link for students to only go and see the video that you want for them to see. So it generates the link, and you simply copy it, and that is how you're going to hyperlink the video in your classroom. So I go back and I'm going to click on the book because that's what I want to be linked to the video. And I just click up here and it looks kind of like an infinity symbol. This is what you use for hyperlinking. So I just type in the code or the browser webpage and apply it. So when students go into the classroom, when they have the option to pick a video, they click on the book and it's going to take them to the safe link option, which looks just like this. So there's not going to be the ads, and it's not going to move on to another video. So hopefully these are two helpful tips when you're considering putting in videos, especially when you're using YouTube. The next key part of creating your interactive classroom is hyperlinking to activities, videos, and lessons that you want for students to preview and complete. The way to do this is you are not going to go into your master slide option. If you do this in the master slide option, the students are not able to access the hyperlinks. A trick for this is to create transparent shapes over top of the items that you want for students to be able to click. I use a square most often. It doesn't matter what shape you use, but you want for it to cover the item that you are looking to link to an activity. If I am going to have a math activity and I want for students to access it through clicking on the snap cubes, for example, I just put a square over top of it. As you can see at first, it comes up as a white square, which we don't want because it covers the item in the classroom that you want for it to just look like a natural item in the room. So to fix that, you go to the paint can and you make it transparent. And you also want to make the border transparent. This way, it looks like there's nothing over top of the item at first glance. To create a hyperlink to that item, just click back on the shape and go to the hyperlink option. Again, it looks kind of like an infinity symbol to me. Click on that, and you're going to paste in whichever item you would like for your students to go to. So for example, if I want my students to log into their Empower account by clicking on the snap cubes, I copy that into the browser and I apply it over top. Now it is hyperlinked for that activity. When the students come into the room and they click on the snap cubes, it's going to take them directly to Empower. You can link it to your video links. You can link it to different activities or Padlets, anything you want to do. The best way to do this is to, again, put in a shape and change it to transparent. It's a really quick way to add in the hyperlinks, but maintain the visual appeal of your classroom.